So there I was. It was a dark, stormy night, searching through Amazon. I came across it. It said, "Tough guy style." And I knew right there I had to have it. What's up, YouTube? My name is Vic. I am the Brooklyn Watch Guy. And if this is your first time on my channel, this channel is all about watch buying, unboxings, collecting, and reviews in the affordable range, which I define as $1,000 or less. If you're into that, I invite you to stick around and watch this video. If you make it to the end, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so you know every time I put a new video up. And folks, today we're going to be talking about this guy right here. Cheap Amazon watch that I bought. I don't even know the name of it. On Amazon it's listed as the Hannah Martin, but then when I actually bought the watch and the packaging and any of that, there's no Hannah Martin anywhere to be found on that. Instead, there's a name on the watch and on the box that says Maka Bako or Maka Bako, however that's pronounced. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but this guy packs a lot for not a lot of money. So I want to talk about it with you guys because initially I wasn't gonna make a video on this watch. It was just to me it was a guilty pleasure purchase from Amazon because I do go through Amazon and browse, and you know, I like to see what's up there. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I personally feel like for watches, Amazon is kind of like the AliExpress for the United States. If you really go on Amazon and search watches, you're going to get almost everything that you will get on AliExpress. Maybe sometimes a little cheaper, but usually right around the same price range. And but the good thing about Amazon is you're not going to have to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks to get your watch. It's going to come a day or two, right? Especially if it's shipped with Prime. But I've never waited more than like a week for a watch that I bought on Amazon. This guy wasn't a Prime purchase. I think I waited 3 days for it to get there. So, I mean, still better than AliExpress delivery. So that's my personal opinion. I do believe like Amazon is kind of like the AliExpress for Americans when it comes to watches. I mean, not just Americans, you know, but wherever you have Amazon, if you really look for like discount budget watches, it is kind of like AliExpress. There's just a whole wide range of things on there. Some crazy stuff too. And even a lot of those AliExpress brands, they do list on Amazon. So that's my personal opinion. But well, before I ramble further, let's get into this review. All right, folks. So this is the Hannah Martin blah blah blah, or the Maka Bako. It has a very long, unappealing name on the listing on Amazon, and I don't know what to call it. But when I was browsing around, you know, I like the look of it. Or that's obviously the first thing that attracts you to any timepiece, I believe. And I started reading the description, and I saw tough guy style, and I was like, yo, I'm a tough guy. I gotta have that watch. I'm a tough guy. And very silly reason to buy a watch, and I'm not BSing, guys. That is really why I bought this watch. That naming, that branding, whatever they did with it, that worked, and it got me to pull the trigger. And you know, this guy was just a little over $30. That's like $32 and change with tax. So I didn't pay a lot of money for this. So in the end, if it dies on me in a year, well, I've already gotten quite a few wears out of it. So, you know, it's not a big loss. But I didn't expect much from this guy when I got it. And to be honest, I was kind of surprised when I got it. It's actually decent. It's not horrible. So let me give you guys the specs. It is obviously, it's a quartz movement. It is a chronograph. The chronograph does function. It does work well. Stainless steel case and bracelet, mineral crystal, 43mm case, 12mm stick. Now, it's claiming 30 atmospheres or 1,000 feet of water resistance. I'm not going to buy that one. The crown doesn't screw down, and I almost guarantee those pushers do not have gaskets on them. So I wouldn't even take this guy into a swimming pool. That's just me. I don't like swimming watches anyway. But yeah, I don't. That's one claim that I don't trust about this guy. But the bracelet itself also, that's you know, when you buy a $30 watch, it's gonna have some shortcomings, and for me, that's the bracelet. One, it's a little rattly. It will pull hair. It's not like constantly pulling hair like the Timex Q, which is almost 3 times the price of this guy. That's just a horrible bracelet. No, this one will pull hair, like putting it on. You know, I'll feel hair pulls. The links are actually solid links. They're not rolled. Has a butterfly clasp. But one of the biggest things I don't like is this. You see how that is? Well, that means you can't change that. You're stuck with that bracelet. And that is horrible. I hate that. I hate when companies do that. Casio does that with some of their edifice watches. I don't like it. You know, give me the option to change the strap. Let me put my own bracelet on it. I mean, it works well with the design. You see it's tapered off, but it's just because it's not very comfortable, you're kind of stuck with it. So you're going to have to compromise if you want this guy. And that's where you're going to compromise at. What else? What else? What else? To my surprise, you see this here? I thought this was a logo. This is actually a functioning day-night indicator. And it's actually pretty accurate. It works well. I was not expecting that. When I saw the pictures on it on Amazon, I thought that was simply just a logo. And because you see the Maka Bako underneath it, and I just thought that whole thing was part of the logo. But it's actually a working day-night indicator. And for $30, I mean, that's a complication that you don't get on cheap watches, especially at this price point. It is a day-night indicator. Now, sometimes you'll see watches that have just a simple day-night indicator listed as moon phase. That is not a moon phase. A moon phase is totally different. Day-night indicator just goes from day-night to nighttime. So it'll show you the sun. Then when it's nighttime, it'll transition and it'll show you stars and the moon. A moon phase watch is always going to show you the moon, and it's going to show you what position the moon is in or what kind of moon we have. That is a moon phase watch, and it actually is a much slower movement. This one moves with the 24-hour clock. So that's, you know, the biggest difference with it. Just in case anybody is wondering, I wanted to share that with you. This is, of course, I do try to be educational when I can't be. But you know, that was pretty good. It surprised me with that. Also, the loom is decent. It does have loom. It is decent. It's not the greatest. It's not going to last long. It's kind of weak in overall light. But the fact that there's any loom there that's okay is, you know, for a $30 watch, I was surprised with that also. So, you know, overall, this guy actually really surprised me. For $30, this is decent. You know, if you're somebody that you're looking for cheap time telling piece, you really can't go wrong with this guy. So let me put it on my wrist so you guys see how it looks, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, folks. So this is the Hannah Martin or the Maka Bako. For me, this is the tough guy style. This is just a tough guy watch. You can see it wears okay on my wrist. A little bit of overhang here, not too much. It's comfortable. Butterfly clasp. Sometimes, though, you can tell this is not a really good butterfly clasp. If I move my hand or my wrist a certain way, it will undo itself. Also, these links here before the actual clasp bar, they tend to kink up and bind up. So, you know, like I said, when you buy watches at this price point, you will take a hit somewhere, and it is usually in the bracelet or the loom, sometimes both. This watch is no exception to that. But overall, for what you pay and what you get, you can't really complain. I think you get a decent amount of watch for not a whole lot of money. It is comfortable to wear, and it's attractive. I find it attractive. This guy comes in a whole range of colors, about 4, 5, 6 different colors. And this is all listed on Amazon, and I will link it all in the description of the video. So with that said, ladies and gents, let me give you my final thoughts. So what do I think about the tough guy style? Because I'm not going to call it Hannah Martin or Maka Bako. Tough guy style, that's the way this is going to be known to me from here on out. I think for $30, you can certainly do worse. Not bad. It's not bad. This is for a particular person. This isn't for everybody who wants a watch. This is for somebody who really can't afford to even spend $50 and wants to look nice, wants to have something decent, maybe to go out on a date night or a guy's night out or whatever. And you know, if your budget's tight, you can't even buy a $50 Invicta. Well, then maybe this $30 watch from Amazon, you know, may suit you. Like I said, the thing I love about watch collecting is that there's a wide range of a variety out there, price ranges, and you don't always have to spend a fortune to have a decent watch. And that's what I love about watch collecting the most. And so, yeah, I do think there's a market for this guy. If you're one of those, if you fit that description, then I think this is a watch you should look at. Uh, Definitely comes different options. You have enough color options where you can probably find one for yourself, and I think you'll get enough wear out of it where it's not a regrettable purchase. I've been enjoying it. It's fun. Looks nice. People think it's more expensive than it actually is, and when I tell them the price, they're surprised by that. They're blown away, and you know, people don't believe that you can get something decent for that amount of money. And, you know, yes, you can. That's the beauty of watch collecting. So with that said, ladies and gents, I will see you in my next video. I'm going to end this one here. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget that bell so you know every time I put a new video up. Peace. Hey, YouTube, it's Vic, the Brooklyn Watch Guy. Got any questions or suggestions for content? Well, scan this QR code, send me an email. Maybe you see your idea come up, or I'll answer your question on a video. Thank you for watching.